Exploit tools. Metasploit, as we said, is open source and free for now. It's been bought by Rapid7, but they've kept it free. Hopefully they will. Has an extensive library of exploits. Pretty much every exploit you can think of that's been found is in Metasploit. Canvas is commercial. It's Linux-based. It's a nice little exploit tool. And then Core Impact's a commercial, high-end, fairly expensive tool, but if you do professional testing for a living, it might be one you want to look at. But remember, it's not the tool as much as understanding the process and methodology. Once you understand it, we can do manual exploitation, and we would do manual exploitation within the CBT, so you get to see how it's done. You have Saint, which started off as a vulnerability scanner. It's a Linux or Unix-based platform. It's commercial, has great reporting capability. They've done a very good job in the reporting capability. The problem with exploit tools, they're not always accurate. And you have to have a working exploit. And they're not designed to penetrate defenses. So just like we talked about from the beginning, these tools work best on a flat network. So for a red teaming concept, in most cases, they're not designed to penetrate the defense. But in their defense, what they are designed for is to attack the services that are allowed. And all our perimeter configurations we encounter as a red team are almost always going to have services. They have to allow services because that's it. That's their website. That's how they do their revenue. That's how they do their business. That's our advantage from a red team concept. We can always attack these services. And that's our goal, to attack what we can get to get access to the system. Cover your tracks. Remove your logs. If you can't remove the logs on the system, we mangle them. Make it corrupt. If we corrupt it, we can't remove it. At least it's corrupt. They can't read it. Modify the system monitors. Place bogus data in their logs. Just put a bunch of noise or what we call garbage in their log files to make it harder to read. Because those of you out there, if you've actually done any log file analysis, you know it's hard enough to read what's there of importance. And if you put a bunch of noise in there, it's going to make it harder for the analyst to find it. Place data within user files to raise suspicions, or maybe frame the user. What about that? Let's put some data in a profile and frame the user and make it look like the user that we frame is the one that perpetrated the attack. This is how we do things to actually plant things if it's part of our scope of work. As a red team, in most cases, we don't really do much of this, but you might try to mangle the logs or at least modify the logs so they can see that they need to do improvement of their log security. Evasion. It's rarely asked for in most cases. Red teaming, you might do some evasion. We know there's going to be defenses and detections pretty much always present. Access control lists, logging, firewalls, IDS, IPS, antivirus, content filtering. You name it, we've got it. Defense systems, right? Lots and lots of products out there. The problem is, all these products, number one, have to be configured by a human. Humans can make mistakes and errors, so that gives us the leverage on that. Number two, it's a product. Being a product, it's software. All software will have vulnerabilities, so these devices and defenses can have vulnerabilities themselves. So a lot of times we end up attacking the vulnerability within the device or the software that's used in the monitoring because it has flaws or vulnerabilities in it too. Break, and we'll do a lab on the hacking methodology.